Donald Trump ran on draining the swamp.
We are going to drain the swamp, and we're going to give government back to the people.
But instead, with the GOP behind him, he's filled it with Trump-branded Bibles, sneakers, watches, and all manner of grifted goods. The Trump organization even began selling the Freedom Phone, a nearly $500 smartphone marketed as free from big tech censorship.
The Trump organization's latest business venture is going mobile.
But in reality, the phone is not even made in America. The GOP has a very long history of putting profit over people, which Donald Trump has taken to brand new heights.
The Trump administration saying it has formally accepted a Boeing 747 plane from Qatar for President Trump's use.
In his 2 terms as president, he has made himself and his family richer and has helped to solidify corruption as a part of the GOP's culture. Since his first term, Trump has more than doubled his net worth while in office, and has become one of the clearest examples how the GOP puts personal profit ahead of public service. Donald Trump has put together the richest cabinet in United States history, and Americans are paying the price for their expensive habits. While the economy and job market slow, the people who are meant to be fighting for Americans are frivolously spending more money in a week than most people will see in an entire year.
More breaking news coming into the situation right now. Walmart warning this morning it's raising some prices because of tariffs. This comes with the company just releasing a new report about its outlook for the rest of the year.
Case in point, JD Vance. Since taking office, he has spent an unusual amount of time on luxury vacations, all funded by taxpayers. In just 6 months, he's booked a luxury stay at the English countryside, staying at a $10,000 per week manor in the Cotswolds. He went on a kayaking trip, but the Army Corps of Engineers had to raise the water levels just to accommodate his visit. And on top of that, he's been spotted at Disneyland, ski resorts, and frequenting high-end restaurants and excursions. And right behind him is Attorney General Pam Bondi. She has fought federal ethics rules so she could accept expensive gifts while in office.
There are growing concerns about what some are calling a quiet purge inside the Justice Department. CBS News has learned that top ethics officials have been fired, and that includes the director of the Department of Justice's Ethics Office.
This includes a FIFA soccer ball Trump gave her and a box of cigars from Conor McGregor. She and her staff argued she needed exceptions for official duties, even watching the FIFA Club World Cup final from Trump's private VIP box, when she was only cleared under ethics rules to enter momentarily. If you take a closer look into his cabinet, you'll find Scott Bessent, Trump's Treasury Secretary, who was accused of avoiding nearly $1 million in Medicare taxes, and then took the IRS to court in hopes of getting out of his tax bill. Trump appointed him Treasury Secretary, putting him in charge of the very agency he was disputing. He quickly forced out multiple IRS commissioners, consolidating power and installing himself as temporary director by August 2025. Another questionable appointment is Chris Wright, who spent 15 years running Liberty Energy, building it into a major player in oil and gas fracking. In 2025, he was appointed Energy Secretary, putting him in charge of the industry he spent decades profiting from, which raised questions about conflicts between personal wealth and public duties. He's still expected to receive a $1 million bonus from Liberty Energy even after taking office. Trump has normalized behavior that would have been historically outrageous, and in turn making it easy for his cabinet to do the same. When Trump first got back into office in January 2025, one of his very first moves was to roll back a Biden-era executive order on ethics. That order was put in place after years of concerns about corruption in both Republican and Democratic administrations, and required strict rules for anyone entering government. The rules also banned government officials from accepting major gifts from lobbyists. Trump scrapped all of that on day one. This raises alarm bells because it erases the guardrails designed to keep special interests from buying influence in the White House. This is a historically unqualified, historically wealthy, and corrupt cabinet, but nobody has gotten away with more grifting and scamming than Donald Trump. With the sheer number of grifts and schemes that Trump has launched, it's hard not to ask, is he greedy or just broke? Take, for instance, this blasphemous example where he partnered with televangelist Paula White to sell $60 Trump Bibles with the slogan, "God bless the USA." All of this Trump-branded paraphernalia adds up to $27.7 million for Trump. We know Donald Trump really didn't mean it when he said,
We are going to drain the swamp.
And we know the GOP is fine letting him do whatever he wants, tolerating corruption without holding him or themselves accountable. We see the numbers, the jobs, the rising cost of everyday essentials. And we see who's making money: Donald Trump and GOP members of Congress, while Americans struggle to pay their bills. The thing is, it doesn't add up now, and it won't add up in 2026 when voters have to decide who they want to represent them in Congress.